Yes, guys, welcome to Pure Coys TV. On today's video, I am going to be asking you guys the question: did the Europa League win last season plaster over huge cracks in this club? Before we get into it, guys, please do me the honor of liking the video, of subscribing to the channel as well, and hitting that bell notification so you know when all of my content is about to drop. So that Europa League win last season, I mean, what a night, right? What a night in Bilbao, where Spurs won a trophy for the first time in so many years, first European trophy in over 40 years. And I think our first trophy in like 17 years. It was a great night. It wasn't a great game, but it was a great night. But did that win literally smack a massive plaster over the huge crack in this club? Last season was horrific in the Premier League. Half the season before that wasn't great either. We've been chopping and changing managers now for years since Pochettino left. And I think we're a mess. I think we are a mess from top to bottom. There's been massive changes at boardroom level. Levy is gone. So who knows? Maybe this is the start of something beautiful. But currently, I feel like the club is an absolute mess. And that Europa League win last season, as fantastic as it was, for me, stuck a massive plaster over a huge crack in this club, where for years and years now we've just been bumbling along, buying pretty poor players for different managers, for different systems. And now Thomas Frank, whether he's a good manager or not, whether you want him in or whether you want him out, whoever's in charge, take Thomas Frank out, put another man in. Whoever takes over has a mismatch of players that play different systems from different managers, and we are a mess. Guys, drop a comment in, let me know what you think. Am I over exaggerating? I don't think I am. I think player wise, and I've been saying it for a while, I don't think we have a good enough squad. I don't think we have a good enough team. I'm looking through the squad, and obviously I'm taking the players out that are currently injured. Your Madisons, your Kulus, and your Solankis, and your Dragishins as well. I stick him in too. And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking there's probably only 5 or 6 players out of the current squad that are not injured that I would keep. And they would be obviously Romero and Van der Ven. I would probably keep a doggy. Judas, Halinia, and possibly for now Xavi. Other than that, I wouldn't have a problem with selling a single player out of this team. I really wouldn't. I don't think a lot of them are good enough. I'm going to kind of gloss over the youngsters, the Bergvals, the Greys. I don't blame them for the mess we're in. I really don't. They didn't, you know, they weren't the ones who got brought in. They weren't the ones who were like, they weren't supposed to be chucked straight into this team. This wasn't supposed to happen. Or maybe it was. Maybe this was Spurs' way. Maybe they thought they could buy a couple of top young players and they just hit the ground running. Well, as we all know, young players take time. Take time. They are very up and down with form. And we're finding this with the young players that we have. Bergvall sometimes can look really good. Other times, absolutely awful. The same with Gray. And for me, it's really harsh. Harsh to judge them too much. They're the future. But we don't need the future now. We want now, right? This is the point. We want players that are going to come in now and make the difference. So I look at our squad and I think it is nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough, that top 4 or 5 that most of us fans expect Spurs to finish, right? We don't necessarily look at the squad and think, yeah, that's a top 4 squad. But as a club, with the stadium that we have, with the facilities, with the infrastructure, being the top 10 richest clubs in the world, we expect our club to be challenging at the top or around the top of the Premier League. And I don't think as a fan that's a lot to ask for, right? Not when you add all those things up that I've just said. Now, if we were, I want to say a lower to mid-table club, which currently we are, if we were, say, a Brighton, and I say Brighton are probably a top 10 side, but if we were a Brighton or Bournemouth with a smaller stadium, with a smaller budget, you know, with without the facilities we've got, without the big name of Tottenham Hotspur, without the glitz and the glamour, the lights, not being in London, then maybe you could accept where you are. But with Tottenham Hotspur, with a massive history, a rich culture of playing great football, players that have graced White Hart Lane over the years that some clubs would absolutely draw to have in their squads. We've had them, we've watched them. And currently, the team that we have now, the squad that we have now, is nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near where it should be. And again, as I said, this is years and years of poor management from the top, poor recruitment, buying different players for different managers for different systems. And now we are left with a collection of mishmash that Frank is trying to put together to try and get some sort of team out of to try to win games. Now, should Frank be doing more? Possibly. Possibly. I think the players are better than what they're showing. But currently, for me, I just think as a whole, the squad and the team is nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough. And I'd be the first to admit I over-egged them. I thought we'd finish 6th or 7th this season, get back into Europe, and we still might. But currently what I'm seeing, this squad, for me, isn't anywhere near it. And we have a lot to do in January and in the summer. For me, I wouldn't have an issue if we got rid of 10 or 11 players. I can't see it, but there's a lot that need to go there. Guys, please drop a comment in, smash a like button, hit a subscribe button if you're new. Let me know in the comments, who would you sell and who would you buy? It's going to be interesting to see what people think. I think we all got a pretty much good idea of who we'd like to sell. But is there anyone in that squad that you think, actually, I'd get rid of him? And it could be a big player. It could be a Van der Ven or Romero if you want it to be. Just let me know what you think, guys, because it's an interesting conversation to have with January coming up and the way that we're playing at the moment and the way our squad is looking and what we're expecting from Thomas Frank. Is going to be interesting to see what you guys think. Guys, I will leave it there. Interesting conversation though. For me, I think the Europa League win really did plaster over some massive cracks at Tottenham. Let's face it, last season was shocking. And if we hadn't have won that Europa League, it would have been the worst season for many, many years. As it is, it was a terrible season apart from that Europa League win. But guys, drop a comment in, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.